ang isang nag-a-addict ay ordinaryong tao, bakit tinatrato na kriminal? Kung presidente hindi kriminal, yan po ang baluktot na pananaw. Ay Commander-in-Chief ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Commander-in-Chief ng Philippine National Police. Imagine he can deploy police and army troops and he can mobilize the armed forces of the Philippines. So kung addict ka, wala ka sa wastong kaisipan. So with due respect kay Manong, ang pagiging drug addict ni Marcos is beyond family problem. It is a national security problem. And it is a constitutional issue. Pwede ba na ang isang addict, dahil presidente, kahit addict, hindi siya itratong kriminal, exempted sa Anti-Dangerous Drugs Act? Hindi pwede. Kung ang ultimo janitor, ultimo taxi driver, ultimo tricycle driver, hinuhuli ng polis, hinuhuli ng PIDEA, bakit ang presidente hindi pwedeng hulihin? Yun ang tanong. At kung ang isang nag-a-addict ay ordinaryong tao, bakit tinatrato na kriminal? Kung presidente hindi kriminal, yan po ang baluktot na pananaw. It is not only an issue about the personal differences of Bongbong Marcos Jr. and Ivy Marcos. It is an issue of national interest. Kaya dapat siyang bumaba. Number 2 na paglilinaw. Ang resignation, dalawa. Voluntary and forced resignation. Si Joseph Estrada did not resign voluntarily immediately, but he was forced to resign technically because the armed forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police withdrew support from him. It was a technical forced resignation. Malinaw po yun ha. There are two kinds of resignation. Voluntary and forced resignation. So what we are looking at is a technical forced resignation on Marcos. Sapagkat kung wala na ang suporta ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at ng Philippine National Police kay Marcos, he will be an inutile president. The backbone of society and the pillar of government ay ang Armed Forces of the Philippines at Philippine National Police. Without the AFP and the PNP backing up Marcos, he will become an inutile president. Therefore, he can be forced to technically resign. At yan ay hindi illegal. Yan ay constitutional. Nag-rule na po dyan ang Korte Suprema. When the Commander-in-Chief, being the President also and head of the government, becomes incompetent, inutile, and involved in culpable violation of the Constitution and betrayal of public trust, which are all present right now under Marcos. These are the legal basis that the AFP and the PNP can withdraw support from Marcos. And it is not mutiny, it is not coup d'etat, it is constitutional duty known to be Article 2, Section 3 of the Constitution. The armed forces of the Philippines shall be the protector of the state and the people. And Marcos and the corrupt and plunderous officials of government are not the government. They are only borrowing the mandate from the people, but the real authority comes from the people. And so therefore, the people have the right to revoke the authority given to Marcos. And so also, the armed forces of the Philippines. The chain of command will not exist anymore kung kriminal at addict ang presidente. It cannot hold legal doctrine. Kung adictos at kurakot ang presidente, it cannot be a doctrine anymore of chain of command. The chain of command will only take effect under legal and actual existence of lawful authority. Kung adictos ka at head ka ng sindikato ng gobyerno you are no longer exercising, neither you are occupying lawfully the authority of the President. Claro? So therefore, Marcos can be removed either by voluntary resignation or forced resignation. Kaya tayo nandito to put pressure not on Marcos, but to put pressure on the so-called gatekeepers of democracy. I-pressure natin ang Armed Forces of the Philippines at ang Philippine National Police. Kung may adik kayong nakikita sa lansangan, hinuhuli nyo. Bakit ang adik sa Malacanang na dapat nangunguna na sumunod ng batas at magpatupad ng batas, bakit hindi siya hinuhuli? That's very basic and very logical question. Tama?
Mayor ng Davao City, nandito po ako sa inyo ngayon umaharap. Nananawagan, magkaisa po tayo. Dahil ang mandate ng Constitution ay mandate para sa tao. Binigyan natin ng mandate itong mga official na ito na manungkulan at mag-lead sa atin, pero saan nila dinala ang ating bansa? Nasaan tayo ngayon? Halos gusto nila ibenta ang sovereignty ng Pilipinas. Isa na dyan, ang ating former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte na nasa Netherlands ngayon. Bakit? Ang tanong ng maliit ng mamamayan na naninirahan under the Republic of the Philippines, inutil na ba ang ating mga Supreme Courts dito? Inutil na ba ang mga korte ng Pilipinas? Wala na bang kapasidad ng mga abogado upang ipatupad nila ang umiiral na batas sa ating bayan? Yan po ay katanungan ng maliliit na tao na tulad ko. Mga kapatid, mga mahal kong kababayan, mga mahal kong Pilipinong naninirahan under the Republic of the Philippines, mayroon po tayong pribilehiyo. Gamitin natin ito. Ibinigay ito sa atin ng Constitution Law upang i-exercise natin. Isa na dito itong pagtitipo natin na ipahayag natin ang ating nararamdaman at pagkadismaya sa gobyernong ito. Alam niyo po, hindi ko maintindihan itong mga namumuno sa mga agency ng gobyerno under the government of Marcos. Mayroon bang isang ombudsman na talo niya pa ang DOJ ngayon? Talo niya pa ang spokesperson ng presidente ngayon? Na siya ngayon ang naghahayag kung anong mayroon na dumarating sa Pilipinas para dito sa oposisyon.